Coming up, we tell you about an important guest's recent visit to Northwestern.
And tell you about Club Soda, and it has nothing to do with carbonated beverages. I'm Sydney Werlien.
And I'm Brennen Scarborough. Eagle 7 News starts right now.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
A big name in college sports on campus. UNW had the honor of hosting NCAA President Mark Emmert on Wednesday. Emmert and his staff spent the entire day on UNW's campus, meeting with staff and student athletes from the university, as well as administration and student athletes from UMAC and MIAC member schools. President Emmert shares a unique connection with UNW, as Northwestern President Dr. Alan Keratin serves on the NCAA Board of Governors, an opportunity that has allowed him to develop a personal relationship with Emmert. He concluded his day attending Eagle volleyball match with UW Stout inside the Erickson Center Wednesday night.
Club Soda. It's not just a carbonated beverage, but an on-campus organization with an important mission. Eagle 7's Lizzie Arehart has more.
I wish that people just felt more comfortable talking about it.
Rachel Revenaugh is one of 200 students on campus with some kind of disability. Club Soda hopes to change how people view disabilities.
So Club Soda is a student organization that promotes disability appreciation so that we can appreciate the differences of people.
They can be visible or invisible. Rachel's is a little bit of both.
Yeah, so I have albinism, which is a genetic disorder when you don't have enough pigment, and you need pigment for your eyes to develop. I've had a few surgeries and I see double, and driving's kind of hard.
Rachel and David Golias, the Director of Disability Services, see disabilities a little bit differently.
Hey, there is something pretty neat about having a disability because God uses each person in their own way throughout that disability.
Club Soda is always open to new members and everyone is welcome.
So for Club Soda, you don't have to have a disability to join, and you can, or you don't have to, it doesn't really matter.
For Eagle 7, I'm Lizzie Arehart.
For more information on Club Soda, you can find them on Facebook or message Rachel Revenaugh.
It's the most talked about knee injury in recent Minnesota sports memory, and it happened to a quarterback with a bright future. Here's Eagle 7's Bella Rose with more.
Today, the Vikings quarterback Teddy Bridgewater has apparently gone down.
This is the last thing Minnesota Vikings fans were expecting on Tuesday, August 30th, which is the case for UNW student and diehard Vikings fan Jackson Standifer.
Really sad, first of all, for the season, because we're all really looking forward to having a really good team, and then sad for Teddy because it can't be easy to go through something like this, especially when he's going to enter the prime of his career.
Teddy Bridgewater suffered a non-contact injury in practice. To further understand his injury, we talked with head athletic trainer Dave Heeb.
The injury that Teddy Bridgewater received was a torn anterior cruciate ligament. There's 4 major ligaments of the knee. He also dislocated his knee.
It's unfortunate this injury had to happen to our star quarterback in an unusual way, but
ACL tears are very common. Most anterior cruciate ligament tears are non-contact.
Jackson and his cousin brought it upon themselves to bring about awareness and show their support for Bridgewater.
The day that we found out, just kind of decided we wanted to make some shirts and wear them to supper because a lot of people actually still didn't know at that point. Just kind of letting people know that it happened, and also Teddy's a man of faith, and so lifting up his injury in prayer is really important too.
Although the recovery time is 6 months to a year, Viking fans are remaining optimistic about the season and the future return of Teddy Bridgewater. I'm Bella Salone for Eagle 7 News.
The Vikings started out their season with a win, as Sean Hill was the starting quarterback in place of Bridgewater. The Vikings will take on the Packers this Sunday night at US Bank Stadium. Lizzie, what's the weather looking like this week?
Thanks, Brennan. Today we're looking at 73 degrees and rainy skies, but as the weekend continues, the weather is going to improve. Tomorrow we're looking at 69 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Enjoy that autumn weather while you can. Maybe get out, go to an apple orchard, because by Monday we are looking at 80 degrees and it is going to be hot. Maybe get outside, go to the beach, possibly for the last time this year. As the week continues, we're looking at Wednesday and Thursday, rainy skies. You can go to the library and study, or maybe head to some Eagle athletic events. Jens, what are the sports this week?
Thanks, Lizzie. The UNW men's soccer team has had a tough start to the season. This week, Brennen Scarborough caught up with some of the team to see what they have planned to kick it into next gear.
The UNW men's soccer team has had a rough beginning of their season. But even though their record doesn't show it, they have a lot of confidence going into conference play.
Winning battles quietly is something we're working on this year.
I caught up with sophomore captain Jacob Limix to get his take on this year's season.
Yeah, definitely, and what we're working on right now is defensive communication, and also we need to play quicker with the ball. I think sometimes we can hold up with the ball that kills us on transition. So it's a couple of things we're working on right now, and hopefully we can improve on them.
The Eagles look to bounce back as they start facing conference opponents.
We played pretty well for most of the games. We had a disappointing loss against North Central, but I think we have the talent and the motivation to bounce back from that.
Junior goalie Turner Main shed some light on what he thinks this season will look like from his side of the field.
I think we can make a really strong push for the conference championship this year, so that's the aim this year, and I think we'll achieve that. UMAC teams don't have much talent as the MIAC teams, but they work their butts off. It's kind of like a chess match where you're trying to find how to break down teams and not have them break you down, so it's leading the defense and leading the offense and how we can score.
Especially with the game coming up against St. Scholastica, that'll be a really good measure as to how we can do this season, and we definitely want to challenge for the top of the UMAC.
For Eagle 7 News, this is Brennen Scarborough.
This week has been a pretty quiet week for sports. Men's and women's soccer started off this week at North Central University. The women's team kept their perfect season going, coming out with a 3-0 win. The men's and women's soccer team travel to face St. Scholastica tomorrow. The UNW volleyball team has also been able to find success against UW Stout 3-1. They travel to play Minnesota Morris today. That's it for sports this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jens. For anyone interested in sweating off the field, the annual 5K is coming up. Next weekend is homecoming, and as part of the festivities leading up to the football game, Northwestern is hosting its 5K. Its cost is $25 in advance and $35 for the day of the event. For more information, please visit unwsp.edu/5K run or contact Terry Norby.
Here at Eagle 7, we were curious as to why a giant yellow KWB sign looms in the Student Center. I got the story behind Knutson Weekend Bash.
Knutson Weekend Bash, or KWB, has really hit its stride during the first few weeks of school. I sat down with several key players involved in its creation and those who have been enjoying the events.
So Knutson Weekend Bash is an opportunity for students to come and have something on the weekends to actually do. It was initially created last spring semester, and it kind of came out of the ARD for Knutson and myself, us realizing that there's just not much to do on weekends, and for me it was really sad to see people going home.
We asked students to talk about their favorite KWB events and if they plan on coming to more events.
My favorite event actually has to be this game night right now.
I think today's been my favorite event.
I enjoy this board game event. I enjoy board games. I enjoy the opportunity for conversation to take place. So it's like, okay, people are taking away fun.
I plan on attending every single event.
Absolutely.
For Eagle 7 News, I'm Sydney Werlien.
KWB happens every Saturday, and if you're looking for something to do this weekend, tomorrow Knutson Weekend Bash will be hosting Fugitive starting at 10 p.m. So, Brennan, Football Frenzy's coming up. How are you guys feeling this week?
We feel pretty good. We had a good week of practice, and I think we'll have a good game for you guys on Saturday.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks. That's all the news we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brennen Scarborough.
And I'm Sydney Werlien. Stay fly, Eagles.